Alright, chat, I know y'all see that right there. 50K funded account. We passed an eval. We were out of eval jail.
Oh, I feel real love deep inside. Oh, love, not the right. I can't believe how you do to me. It made me feel all how you say. Feel so special. Oh, love, not the right. I can't.
But yeah, today we passed the 50K lucid eval. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick recap of the trade that passed my eval. So starting off on the daily, you see previous day low was swept. So from there went on to the 4 hour. I'll mark that up wrong. So from there I pretty much went on to, actually before I do that, let me just go back to market open. Alright, where's it at? Market open. Alright, cool. So going back to the 4 hour, exactly at market open, this is what the chart looked like. So what do? Came into discount of the range. We came to the discounted 4 hour fair value gap right here. Barely respected it by a couple ticks, but nonetheless it was respected, and we swept out sell side inside of that 4 hour gap. And then as you can see, we ended up closing back within the range, and the candle after, which is a 6 a.m. candle, started expanding higher to the upside. And what do we have to target? This high above right here. And we can see the same thing happens on ES, except this time we didn't sweep into a 4 hour gap because we got disrespected right here, but we swept and held this order block instead, perfectly holding the midpoint, closing above it, and then same thing, closing back into the range of the previous candles. So from there went on to the hourly. Very obvious buy day profile, it seemed. So Asia pretty much did fuck all. London came down, manipulated the London low, the Asia low, and then we reversed, putting in a CISD. And give me a second. So putting in a CISD and breaking structure, creating two hourly important fair value gaps. I don't know why I did that. Creating two hourly important fair value gaps that broke structure. So I went ahead and just marked them up on my chart. So we have CISD reversal. So New York should continue the expansion higher. So from here, went on the 15 to see if there was any 15-minute gaps or anything similar. No 15-minute gaps, just the 1 hour. We did have this 15-minute down here that was unfilled inside of the 4 hour, but just went ahead and marked out the most recent 1 hour gap. And from here, the trade was actually pretty fast. So market opens right here, we end up coming down into that. We form a 1 minute gap here, and there was actually an SMT as well. So let me go ahead and just mark that up. So we swept out all the sell side right here into the 1 hour gap. And where's the SMT at? It was right here. And we had an SMT with ES inside of that 1 hour gap. So again, just to reiterate, we sweep liquidity into the 1 hour fair value gap. We put in the SMT with the divergence under the 830 opening price, and we get an instant rejection out of that hourly level, which is right here. Instant rejection. 15 minutes, same thing. 15 minute CRT as well. 5 minute CRT. And if we go on the 1 minute, again, we have this first presented 1 minute fair value gap to the downside. And oops, we react immediately. Let me go ahead and play that back one candle. So go ahead and react immediately off that 1 hour gap with the super liquidity and the SMT. We did leave equal lows, but I did really just like the displacement, how fast we inverted that gap, and how we closed above it by I think it was like 10 points. Yeah, by like 12 points. So pretty much entered on this. I have two clear targets above in the form of this high and this high, and then also the hourly above us was unfilled, I believe. Yeah, we just had the unfilled hourly above. So from there, entered on market, went break even right here, and my target ended up getting hit, but I didn't hold a trade until this high. Pretty much closed it like right here, because that right there was when I met the profit target requirement to pass the account. So I pretty much closed like a couple seconds earlier, but regardless, I ended up going to the target, and that's how I passed the 50K lucid account. I did take a second trade off of this 5 minute, trying to take a continuation on the alpha futures account. So let me go ahead and just, yeah, so right here. Alright, so right here, actually no, it wasn't that one. Alright, so right here we came to that important 5-minute gap that broke structure to the upside. We had a 5-minute CRT, and then we had an immediate inversion of this 2-minute gap right here. And I was just going for a nice little 1 and 2 off of that. So enter on a limit, my bad, enter on a limit right here on this inversion, and unfortunately got stopped out immediately. And then price actually ended up reversing off of this hourly gap, as you'll go ahead and see right now, once I end the replay. So pretty easy day today. Ended up just reversing off that hourly gap, and then it's completely ended up moving back down to the downside. So you can currently see we're past these lows again. We've invalidated this 4 hours, so more than likely we're probably gonna end up drawing down to here by the end of the day. But yeah, it's pretty much how I passed the fucking 50k lucid eval. I still have the alpha. It's now I think like 1k in drawdown. I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and just full port that eval, because I think the rebill is on the 20th for that, so that's quite literally next Friday. So we'll have, starting Monday, we'll have 5 days to pass that. So I think I'm just gonna like full port that account, see if we can get that passed within like a couple trades, if not hopefully one. But yeah, it's pretty much how I made and it was, I think I made, yeah, that's pretty much how I made 400 today on that eval to pass it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go through the alpha futures account first before I start trading the lucid account, just see if I can pass it, and then just kind of like work on the edge a little bit, and then either I pass that alpha account or I flow it, doesn't really matter. Then I'll start trading the lucid account. But yeah, dude, we're finally out of fucking eval jail. Finally passed the goddamn eval after months. Oh, feels phenomenal, not gonna lie. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have an amazing weekend.